Welcome to the NTN Nightly. I'm Nisha Charles. This edition's top stories. The final phase of the Competitiveness Agenda for St Lucia has been completed. The St Lucia Tourism Authority lays out the island's marketing strategy for the new year. The December festivals to set the tone for the festive season. All that plus the latest in youth development, sports, and the NTN Nouvelle Arqueo. The final phase of the Competitiveness Agenda for St Lucia was completed at the end of November, with the final document to be presented in December 2019 for implementation in 2020. The Competitiveness Agenda focuses on St Lucia's comparative advantage and the strategic actions required to create a competitive advantage for the island. The agenda is spearheaded by the National Competitiveness and Productivity Council, the NCPC, with funding from Compete Caribbean Partnership Facility.
The National Competitiveness and Productivity Council, NCPC, was established with the mandate to provide solutions to government and other stakeholders on issues pertaining to competitiveness and productivity on island. As such, the NCPC has embarked on the creation of a competitiveness agenda to boost St Lucia's economic growth, increase diversity and availability of jobs, increase access to finance, among many other areas, to create a competitive advantage for St Lucia. Financing the agenda is Compete Caribbean Partnership Facility. Dr. Kyron Swift is the project development consultant with Compete Caribbean.
The Competitiveness Agenda really helps zero in and focus on the areas of strength, of comparative advantage that St. Lucia has, and then identifies the specific priority actions that need to be taken to really hone and refine those areas to a particular competitive advantage that will allow St. Lucia to compete with similar countries who are operating in its space, that is for this purpose largely the tourism and services space, and that will also really put it on a firm ground for continued growth, continued generation of jobs, revenues and exports.
Dr. Swift added that the Competitiveness Agenda will provide a mechanism for coordinating and monitoring the various activities, with key stakeholders playing a vital role in fostering synergies for increased information sharing to arrive at the common goal of a more competitive St. Lucia. Director of the NCPC, Fiona Hinkson, noted that the NCPC will play a central role in bringing stakeholders together.
The NCPC is expected to be the central coordinating body for the agenda. We will be working with key stakeholders or key agencies that will be implementing the competitiveness agenda. So although we are coordinating agencies in government like possibly Export St. Lucia, Invest St. Lucia, as well as the Department of Commerce, amongst other agencies, will be the implementers for the agenda.
Compete Caribbean has pledged continued assistance to the NCPC in the implementation phase of the Competitiveness Agenda.
So, to put it in numerical terms, we have just under, I would say, 100,000 US of technical assistance still available to be provided, and the express purpose of that is just as you put it, hand-holding the agency, starting with the NCPC, as we move forward into what are you going to specifically do next week, following week, next quarter, next 6 months, and so on, to bring the agenda to life, till it reaches a point where it develops its own momentum and can keep going. But we're not there yet, so that's what the focus is going to be in terms of the early stages of implementation.
The NCPC aims to create a competitiveness index to measure the agenda's performance, while benchmarking St. Lucia's performance against that of other regional territories. The Competitiveness Agenda utilizes a smart specialization approach and focuses on St. Lucia's tourism industry and the competitive advantages and opportunities which can be explored and further developed. For the National Competitiveness and Productivity Council, Glenn Simon reporting.
The St Lucia Tourism Authority has presented its marketing strategy to industry partners. The St Lucia Tourism Authority, its overseas offices and affiliated marketing agencies, on Wednesday, December 4th, 2019, engaged stakeholders and industry insiders in fashioning a marketing plan for St. Lucia. Tourism Minister Honorable Dominic Fede says the focus has been on finding common ground on what best positions St. Lucia as a destination of choice.
Today is seeking that consensus. It's saying to them that this is how we see it. These are our numbers. These are our analysis. This is what the trends are looking like.
We generally want to demonstrate that it is a collaborative effort that we're trying to achieve to develop the industry.
So it's extremely valuable in terms of meeting the different partners and seeing exactly what everybody does and making it all come together.
This marketing strategy meeting followed a similar exercise with industry professionals from St. Lucia's key markets in the United States, Europe, Canada, and the Caribbean region, making presentations to Tourism Minister Honorable Dominic Fede and Prime Minister Honorable Alan Chastanet. The presentations come against the backdrop of a 7.5% increase in visitor arrivals for 2019. Stakeholders representing every sector of the industry welcomed the engagement and, in particular, the sharing of critical industry data essential to decision making.
Absolutely. I think this is something that we need to do at least quarterly. And in terms of reporting, I believe that we are all stakeholders in this. And while we do get information on arrivals, in particular, I was very intrigued when I saw the information from the statistics unit about the type of arrivals that are coming into St. Lucia. Where are they staying?
Numbers don't lie, and it's always great to hear the numbers that are coming to the island, the visitor stats. Knowledge is power, and the more knowledge we have as hoteliers, we can then be more strategic with our direction, so it's great.
The St. Lucia Tourism Authority Chairman Nicholas John says the ultimate motive is to keep stakeholders informed and engaged in decision making.
When we move on to implementation for the coming year, their views and inputs are incorporated in what we do.
And what you've got to do now is to try to arrive at as broad a consensus as possible to ensure that everyone is on board and we agree on some of the marketing decisions that we've had to make.
Stakeholders have called for this marketing exercise to become an annual feature of the St. Lucia Tourism Authority. The director of the Forensic Science Laboratory says the facility is poised to provide enhanced services to St. Lucia following major investments in equipment and human resources.
The operationalization of the forensic lab is paramount to solving crime. Having been closed due to some mold issues, the building was rehabilitated and reopened. Since reopening, the lab has brought solutions to high-profile cases. Director of the St. Lucia Forensic Science Services, Fernanda Henry, indicated that the lab and its staff are ready and fully equipped to play their part, not only in the realm of justice, but also as a staple in the country.
The laboratory is up to date, the instrumentation is on par. In fact, our instrumentation sometimes exceeds those that you find in US laboratories. Our staff are very well trained and they're very enthusiastic as well. So we have to increase our human resource capacity because when we closed and we reopened at less than half of our original staff complement. So we started with 4, we're now at 13, and we intend to grow to include more people and to build our human resource capacity so that we are more effective.
Soon to be introduced at the lab are the areas of DNA and serology testing. A number of certified individuals are already employed at the forensic lab, and the government has also committed to providing the necessary funding for the move. Henry also explained that immense effort will be made to rebuild the public's confidence in the lab.
The confidence of the public in the laboratory has diminished because of all of the controversy surrounding the laboratory, our various closures, etc. So it is our responsibility. We need to step up. We need to demonstrate to our citizens that we are working, that we are being effective, and we are with respect to criminal investigations. A lot of it will come out of prosecution because that is really the end goal. People, when they see the outcome of a case in court, then they understand, oh, there was forensics featured here. So that's where it would be demonstrated that forensics is important and that we are working to build the confidence of the public in what we do.
The lab is expected to add new services and become fully operational with a full complement of staff by the end of the year 2020. For the Government Information Service, I am Janelle Norville.
The traditional lantern competition held on the weekend ushered in the festive season. Anissa Antoine reports.
The December Festivals is made up of 3 traditional events that aim to bring the nation together by showcasing creativity. The Cultural Development Foundation, CDF, successfully hosted the first in the series for 2019, the Lantern Competition. The competition was preceded by training workshops in which participants perfected their skills in lantern making. Tyrone Harris, Senior Events and Production Officer at the Cultural Development Foundation, noted that a total of 78 lanterns were showcased in the competition.
The standards continue to improve, especially where the lighting of the lanterns is concerned. I'm sure most of our judges will attest to that most of the lanterns did pretty well in terms of being able to bring out the lanterns. We're particularly impressed with the concepts of the lanterns, the themes behind those lanterns. We are seeing that persons are not just building lanterns, but they're building lanterns with a message to highlight some of the important messages within our community. So we're particularly pleased with that.
Harris explained that via a collaboration with Peter & Company, a new feature has been added to the competition.
We're extremely pleased this year to have the Dutch lady through Peter & Company Distribution who came in to collaborate with us to present the Dutch Lady Innovative Lantern Competition, and that went down pretty well. We didn't see the number of the participation that we wanted in terms of numbers, but we know it will improve. I think they were very impressed with the lanterns that participated and the innovativeness of those lanterns, and so I think we will see that collaboration growing further in the years to come.
The results for the lantern competition will be revealed at the Festival of Lights on Thursday, December 12, 2019. World-renowned sculptor Jalim Jurovic expressed his hopes for the future of lantern making in St. Lucia.
Next level would be to merchandise and to commercialize the lanterns, right, where they could be used as Christmas ornaments, right, ornaments, and they could be used in business places, right, in showcase windows in the household. Right. So I think we're seeing the seedling of a burgeoning industry. Right. Part of our creative industries. That's my hope for the Lantern Festival, that one day we could produce serious professionals.
The lantern competition took place on Saturday, December 7th, 2019. From the Government Information Service, I am Anicia Antoine reporting.
And this is the NTN Nightly. Ryan O'Brien is up next.
Climat la terre ka chanje, ek sa ka affecté nous toutes. Cyclone ka veni plus mauvais, gros de l'eau ek la prendre l'eau, ka détruire animaux ek plan. Quand la mer ka veni plus chaud, et ka tuer place qui se poisson nas la ka habité. La mer chaud ka aussi changer manière se poisson ka quitter yon côté et aller à l'autre côté. Cette liste ka contribué en petit gaz en l'espace. Quand un petit pays, nous ka essayer faire tout ça nous ça fait pour assurer qui nous baisser à sous quantité gaz nous ka servir pour empêcher la terre venir plus chaud. Et faut pour baisser à sous quantité gaz nous ka servir, c'est mitigation. Climat a changé. Et a chaque année depuis nombre tout haut le vent la terre ka brûler gaz, l'huile et charbon. Et ça ka en cause la terre venir à chaque plus chaud. Ça nous ne pour faire actuellement même, c'est pour adapter. Fait tout ça nous a fait pour préparer et répondre pour ces conséquences négatives à la cause du changement climatique. Nous tous, ça fait quelque chose. Par exemple, nous ne pouvons assurer qui nous protecter tout ça nous a planté. Servir fumier qui est naturel. Bâtir caille nous pour abattre des dommages en temps cyclone et gros de l'eau. Construire canal pour de l'eau courir bien comme il faut. Et assurer qui canal là pas les ordis. Faire tout ça qui est possible pour vivre en temps de changement climatique. Trouver plus d'informations à ce plan d'adaptation national gouvernement et des démarches ou même ça prend pour protéger le corps et tout l'autre satellitien.
Welcome back. We join Ryan O'Brien for the latest happenings in youth development and sports.
I'm Ryan O'Brien and welcome once again to your segment from Youth Development and Sports on the NTN Nightly News. As part of its Music and Arts program, the Ministry of Youth Development and Sports intends to initiate a program that involves primary school choirs caroling in public. Among the objectives are to expose students to the tradition of caroling and to provide an opportunity to display their singing talents, to create an atmosphere for bonding among students outside of the classroom, and to serve as a form of relief for students after their examinations through entertainment. This activity will take place on Wednesday, December 11, 2019, from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. at Constitution Park in Castries. Target schools include Ave Maria Girls Primary School, St Aloysius R.C. Boys Primary, Canon Laurie Anglican Primary, Gordon and Walcott Memorial Methodist School, Camille Henry Memorial, L'Abbé SDA Primary School, Tiroche Primary School, and the Dame Paulette Louise Primary School. Tuesday, December 10th is finals day of football competitions among schools organized by the Ministry of Youth Development and Sports. At 10 a.m., it will be the finals of the under 15 boys. Miku Secondary and Choiseul Secondary will do battle. And at 11:30 will be the playing of the under 19 Division 2 finals between VA4 Comprehensive and Castries Comprehensive Secondary School. The third place playoff in the Big 8 will start at 1:30 p.m. between Ciceron Secondary and Granivier Secondary, while the finals will see Miku Secondary taking on Sir Arthur Lewis Community College at 3:30 p.m. All matches will be played at the Saab playing field. And with that, we have come to the end of our update from Youth Development and Sports for today. I'm Ryan O'Brien.
Thanks, Ryan. The Organization of Eastern Caribbean States, the OECS Commission, has congratulated Prime Minister Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit and the Dominica Labour Party, DLP, on a successful election victory and return to government. Director General of the OECS, Dr. Didicus Jones, commended the people of the Commonwealth of Dominica for exercising their democratic right to chart their own destiny. In light of internal tensions surrounding the December 6 election, the OECS Director General also called for constructive engagement between the members of the opposition and the DLP to promote peace and the continued recovery of the island nation from the destruction suffered during Hurricane Maria. Dr. Jules indicated that the OECS Commission will continue to work with the government and people of the Commonwealth of Dominica to fulfill development objectives and to build resilience in the face of extreme weather events. And this is the NTN Nightly. Up next, Primus Hutchinson is here with the NTN Nouvelle au Creole.
Be aware of and follow water conservation practices. Here are a few tips to help you save water. Wash dishes in a basin of water instead of a running tap. Soak pots and pans instead of letting the water run while scraping them. Check toilets for leaks by putting dye in the tank. If color shows in the bowl without flushing, there is a leak. A leaking toilet can waste thousands of gallons of water. Use a bucket instead of a hose to wash cars and reuse grey water from laundry to water plants. Water conservation reduces energy consumption and strain on the water distribution system. Conserve water whenever possible. And remember, every drop counts. A message brought to you by the Water and Sewage Company Incorporated, WASCO.
Welcome back. We join Primus Hutchinson for the NTN Nouvelle au Creole.
Monsieur, Madame, Département qui est responsabilité pour information en gouvernement St Lucia GIS. À ce depuis télévision nationale pays à NTN, qu'a présenté Nouvelle au Creole. Présenté Primus Hutchinson. Invest St Lucia j'ai attré dans un gymnase et puis une compagnie Jamaïque, ça c'est ITEL BPO. Côté compagnie ça là, qui a construit une usine en sud-pays sous propriété business Hewanora à Vieux-Fort. Initiative là, ça là, qui a fait possible pour plus que 307 lycéens trouver employement en secteur global ça là. Compagnie Jamaïque là, qui a un établissement ça là bien près aéroport Hewanora, comme on peut savoir, l'aéroport Hewanora lui-même a une phase de redéveloppement qui est en haut degré. Et tout ça, c'est pour supporter le développement économique en sud-pays et cette généralement. Compagnie ITEL BPO, remarquez qu'il y a une grande occasion qui a existé à Caribla et que le secteur a augmenté rapidement. Ils sont très excités pour réaliser capacité pour établir employement et aussi pour exciter plus profit à business. Invest St Lucia aussi très plein pour formation gymnase là, comme il a apporté autant de bénéfices pour cette lycée et pour bâtir capacité pays en direction investissement. Compagnie ITEL BPO qui a mené une culture de relations employés et travailleurs qui travaille favorablement pour commune et pour aussi chaîne un environnement sustainable. Établissement ITEL BPO supposé ouvert officiellement le 1er avril 2020. Pays St Lucia, j'ai trouvé électé à sous exécutif organisation UNESCO, ça a été fait durant 208e session vendredi, le 29 novembre, en Paris, en France. St Lucia trouvé électé comme assistance pour un grec conseil exécutif organisation pour période là 2019 pour 2021. Responsabilité exécutive ça là, c'est pour qu'il responsable pour examiner le programme de travail organisation et aussi estimation budget au directeur général là. Ça c'est ça qui fait à bas autorisation conférence générale organisation c'est UNESCO. En absence chairperson conseil là, c'est aussi qui est responsable pour assurer que les membres suivent ces principes ça là qui a gouverné session board là. Première fois que c'est aussi trouvé en position ça là, c'était durant une 152e session organisation en l'année 1997 pour 19 et que c'était Sir Lytton Thomas qui était représentatif de cette à UNESCO. Présentement, M. Osbert Devine qui était ministre des Affaires économiques et du développement national qui a représenté cette liste à l'organisation UNESCO. Trois jeunes hommes en Slavé, j'ai trouvé bonne félicitation parce que j'ai trouvé à ce gain cricket en bas l'âge 15 ans pour jouer by cette liste devant grand joueur cricket ça c'est l'île d'Ivan ça c'est l'île d'Ivan qui a pris coup à ce ça. Représentatif du Parlement pour Slavé Canary honorable Dominique Fede, j'ai complimenté ces jeunes hommes là pour trouver choisi à ce gain cricket là pour ça là était présenté et puis diverses équipes qui ont brisé pour participer à ces jeux cricket là. Ministre Fede remarqué qu'il était plaît et puis ces jeunes là comme ils ont accompli rêve lui-même. Il a ajouté qu'il toujours voulu faire bien en cricket mais yo même j'ai fait trop plus meilleur qu'il et qui a conseillé pour faire comme lui-même plaît et puis performance. Il dit aussi c'est un plaisir pour ça présenter ces jeunes là et puis l'occasion pour réaliser rêve et qu'il y a espoir que yo kay faire pays et commune yo très plaît. Ces trois jeunes joueurs cricket là c'est Ken Elcock, David Ford et Tory Polius. Je remercie le ministre Fede et l'autre qui fait possible pour trouver en position ça là et pour faire un cadeau cette équipe là. Par Elcock parlait de manière l'occasion comme ça qu'a encouragé ces jeunes là pour faire bon chemin avec Larry Scott qui présentait cette équipe là complémentaire au représentatif là et l'autre qui prend l'initiative là pour aider ces jeunes là. Grand joueur cricket ça là qui a pris coup en sévère semaine ça là. Et c'est comme ça nous avons une nouvelle là monsieur madame moi je remercie autant pour ça garder et moi je remercie et m'invite au prochain puis moi encore les gars présenter l'autre nouvelle en créole. Après ça moi je vais présenter Michel.
Merci Opil Primus, and here's a look at what's happening to us weather-wise.
Partly cloudy and breezy, becoming cloudy at times with some scattered showers. An Atlantic high-pressure system will continue to generate moderate to brisk easterly winds across our region during the next few days. Low-level clouds drifting along the wind flow will bring occasional showers over the islands during the next 24 hours. The tide for Castries Harbour was high at 1:32 p.m. and will be low again at 8:06 p.m. The tide for Théfort Bay was high at 2:39 p.m. and will be low again at 9:43 p.m. The sea is locally rough with waves 6 to 8 feet or 1.8 to 2.4 meters. Small craft operators and sea bathers are advised to exercise caution due to brisk winds and rough seas. The sun will rise Tuesday at 6:17 a.m.
And that brings us to the end of the NTN Nightly. Join us next time at 7 p.m. with a repeat at 7 a.m. You can also catch up with us anytime on the St Lucia Government Facebook page or YouTube channel. I'm Nisha Charles.